Hello, everyone. This is Suzanne Knabe-Nicole from Police Science Doctor with your weekly dose of police science snippets. Excuse me. Today it's number 263, and that means there have been 263 weeks with 3 police science snippets each week. And these snippets are little bits of research information, academic research findings that have just been published in the fields of police science, investigative psychology, evidence-based policing, and related areas. And I try and find 3 snippets, golden nuggets, extracted from these research papers that I hope will be somehow practical and useful to you straight away. You guys have a great variety of jobs around the world, so there is not going to be something that's relevant to you every week. But for that purpose, I actually keep an archive of these snippets. And they're on the read page. Read as in reading, like reading glasses. Just Google police science, go to policesciencedoctor.com and click on read. If you're on the email list already, you will have a password to access that page. If you're not on the email list already, it's free and simple to join. Just click on, enter your details into the form that pops up on any page on the Police Science Doctor website, or scroll to the bottom of any page and enter your details into the form there. That's spam free. What that means is every Tuesday, you'll actually get the police science snippets emailed to you with the links to the original research article in that. And you get the password to access all the previous snippets as PDFs in the archive. So the snippets for this week are: number 1, drug courts and violence. Drug courts often limit eligibility criteria to serve non-violent offenders only. This systematic review examines recidivism outcomes among drug court programs that do and do not accept violent offenders. There were positive recidivism outcomes for both violent and non-violent offenders overall. Implications for future drug court policy and practice, including the potential for expanded eligibility criteria, are discussed. So we should be allowing violent offenders in these drug courts as well. The second snippet is about ADHD and autism in Arrestees. Previous studies have identified high rates of attention deficit hyperactivity disorder, ADHD, and autism in incarcerated populations. Screening tools in this study identified 50% and 5% of arrestees without an existing diagnosis as warranting further assessment for ADHD, that's the 50%, and autism, 5% respectively. Nearly 60% of individuals arrested for drug offenses had an existing diagnosis or positive screening result for ADHD. The police are not equipped to necessarily deal with people who have ADHD and or autism, and to recognize the symptoms of that and how it impacts in investigations, definitely how it impacts suspect interviews. People with ADHD are known to be seem quite vague and lacking detail in what they're saying. It doesn't mean that they're lying. It's just a part of ADHD. So that's something that is really interesting. And actually, this article is open access, which means you can click on the link I send you in the email and you can read the entire article, which is great. So I recommend you do that. The third snippet for this week is about procedural justice in hotspots, which is interesting. We have a lot of research saying that hotspots policing works, but there is not that much detail on what police should be doing when they are patrolling these hotspots, except that they should be there, should be visible and engaging with the community. A recent multi-city procedural justice training experiment at crime hotspots showed that police could be trained to behave in procedurally just ways, and that this behavioral change could lead to reductions in arrests, improved citizen evaluations of the police, and decreases in crime. This study aimed to investigate whether the improvements apply to all racial and ethnic groups, which it did. PJ training, so procedural justice training for hotspots policing officers, is a promising approach to increasing procedural justice in interactions across racial and ethnic groups. And this article is also open access, which again means when you click on the link in the email, you can read the entire article. The first one is not open access, and that simply means that unless your organization, your employer, or yourself have a subscription to the publisher of that journal, you're only going to see the abstract. But the abstract has information on what was done, why, how, and what the outcome was. So that was it for today. I hope you found it useful. Again, feel free to peruse the library or the archive the read page with all the previous snippets and see if there's something in there for you. And I will see you again next week on all these social media channels. I wish you a wonderful pre-Christmas period, or whatever your thing is. I'm not religious at all, but I do like Christmas because it's a family thing. So I wish you a wonderful pre-holiday time, and I will see you again next week. Thank you. Bye-bye. Thank you for watching. I hope you found this content useful. You can get access to each episode's transcript with key learning points, timestamps, and references if you get yourself onto my mailing list. Just go to the main website on policesciencedoctor.com, and on the bottom of each page you will find a sign-up form for notifications of new content. Just enter your first name, your preferred email address, and the type of organization you work for. You will not get any spam. This is just for me to let you know about new content and for you to get access to all the transcripts.